Show with no namers. Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? Oh, yeah, baby. It's show with no name time. So hold on for liftoff. Let's go.
8, 7.
Come on.
6, 5, 4.
Let's get
3,
moving.
2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Come on.
Liftoff. Liftoff. 30 minutes.
Come on, come on, come on. Get up there. Yes, yes, yes. We got it. Get ready. Hold on to your hats. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hats. Get ready for the ride of your life. The show with no name tonight. On radio. It's the show with no name. It's the show. Let's go. Yes, amigos, welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting English extravaganza. It's the show with no name here on Vaughn Radio, and we are ready to rock. We were born ready, como se dice en mi país. We were born ready. All right, folks. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I was with my buddies. You heard from them this morning. You had Rob Grams this morning on the Pro Bow Show. You just finished up with Fitz, and they were over at mine yesterday. You can say my house or mine. El mío, right? You come into mine, we're going to hers, right? So it was great to hang out with my amigos, with your English teachers. Andrea Vaughn as well, Kyle Miller came by. And you can learn English with me. And of course, with my friends here on Vaughn Radio. All you need is the Vaughn Radio app. And then you can participate, you can play along, you can have fun, and you can get all the episodes you may have missed on podcast. Because you can access the podcasts from the Vaughn. You can go right to the podcast platform, your favorite one, or of course you can download them straight from the app. Whatever's more convenient for you. We want to make it as easy as possible for you to get your English content. Oh, and speaking of hanging out with my friends, which is something I did this weekend, it's something I'm going to do also this coming Wednesday. Hello, it's Alberto Alonso from the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And I've got some great news for you. We've got an awesome event coming up. It is Vaughn Radio Trivia Night, but with a cherry on top, con una guinda. We're also celebrating 16 seasons of the show with no name, and it's all happening on October 2nd at 8 p.m. at Roll Madrid. Join me for a Vaughn Radio Trivia Night and a celebration of 16 years on the air. Thanks to you. See you there. See you there, amigos. Yeah, finally. It's coming up. It is this coming Wednesday. It's the 2nd of October. For those of you who are checking your calendar right now, the 2nd of October, 2024. It's at Roll Madrid, which is located at Calle de Amaniel 3. I know when I go there, I usually go to Plaza de España. I don't know if it's the closest subway stop, but I know it's the closest one for me, right, from where I'm coming from. So it's right in the heart of Madrid. You've got the Gran Via just a few steps away. It's Calle Amaniel número 23. Remember, in English, the number goes first. So it would be 23 Amaniel Street, and it's going to be a blast. We're not just having a trivia night, but we're also going to be celebrating the 16th anniversary of the show with no name. Again, thank you so much. I feel like the luckiest guy in the world. I have great students. I love what I do. And I feel so lucky every day. And that's a big part of that is thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for making me love what I do, because what I do is teach people. So if I don't love my students, if I don't love my classes, then we're in trouble here. And I've got to be very honest. I don't know if I just lucked out. I don't know if it's the law of attraction that Rob was talking about this morning on the Pro Bow show, but man, we have gotten together such a wonderful group of people. And I don't just mean here on Vaughn Radio, Kyle, Rob, Andy, Fitz, and company, but also you guys. You guys are a part of that family as well. So hopefully we'll see you at our Vaughn Radio Trivia Night / 16th anniversary of this program. So thank you. If you can make it, great. If you can't, we know you'll be there in spirit with us. And if you like challenges, well, don't worry. We have challenges every day on the show. Let's kick off with our first challenge, our pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. All right, amigos. All right, it is our pop quiz here on the show with no name. And the pop quiz is usually where we take a look at something from our Vaughn Tienda, our online shop, where you can find all kinds of resources to learn English. You can find my 5 books. You can also find the Vaughn method in the student manual. You've also got everything from the translation lists we looked at yesterday. You've got it all. And if you are disciplined, that's perfect for someone who is disciplined and is into self-study, autoestudio. That's vaughntienda.com. And you can find all kinds of materials you may be looking for. Also, there's a website if you're looking for courses. ¿Quieres estar al tanto de todas nuestras promociones en la Vaughan Esfera? Well, now you can be in the loop. Puedes estar al tanto. Puedes enterarte de ofertas, novedades y eventos. Y mucho más. Puedes encontrar todo eso en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Eso es, en grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. Ahí tendrás toda la información de última hora. Guárdalo como favorito. grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. And stay in the loop. That's right. It's grupovaughan.com/cursos destacados. That's if you're looking for courses. If you're looking for materials, it's vaughntienda.com. All right. Well, we're going to listen to something today on false friends. And those of you who follow me on social media will know that I took most of September. I gave you, in fact, a weekly post. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, If you have all 4 of those posts, which if you're following me on social media, you will have those 4 posts. And I've kind of, along with you guys, come up with a list of the most common false friends out there. So if you haven't gotten them on X or Twitter or Instagram, you can check it out. I've posted them, I think, even on Facebook as well. And if not, well, of course, you can drop me a line. But I've only posted 3. I have a 4th one that's coming out as well. And I think with those 4 images, and I think there are about maybe 7 or 8 false friends in each one. So basically, we're looking at the top 30, let's say, the top 30 false friends that you can come across. And if you know about them, if you're forewarned, we looked at that the other day, prevenido, then you won't fall into those traps. So that was my goal, and a great goal for you guys. September is almost over. But if you were with me learning on the internet, on social media, then you know we focused on these false friends. And if you want to really drive it home, well, don't forget, we also have a material at Von Tienda called False Friends. Let's give it a listen.
False friend election no significa
Elección. La votación del nuevo presidente tendrá lugar en noviembre.
the election of the new president will take place in November.
No tuve más elección que obedecer.
I had no choice but to obey.
Los miembros del comité de dirección no pueden participar en la votación del representante sindical.
The members of the board of directors can't participate in the election of the union representative.
Tener o no tener hijos es una de las elecciones más importantes en la vida de un adulto.
To have or not to have children is one of the most important choices in an adult's life.
Mi hija se presentó a la votación de delegada de su clase.
My daughter stood for election as the student representative.
En la orientación laboral ayudan a jóvenes en su elección de profesión.
In job counseling, they help young people with their choice of career. False friend embarrassed no significa
Embarazada. Él estaba avergonzado cuando nadie se rió de su chiste.
he was embarrassed when nobody laughed at his joke.
Está embarazada de su segundo hijo.
She's pregnant with her second child.
Me sentí avergonzado de ser el primer ponente.
I was embarrassed to be the first speaker.
Finalmente se quedó embarazada con el nuevo tratamiento.
She finally got pregnant with the new treatment.
Él se sintió avergonzado al admitir que tenía miedo.
He was embarrassed to admit that he was scared.
Está embarazada de 7 meses.
She's 7 months pregnant.
All right, there you go, folks. Some false friends. Those are big ones. I remember a student telling me once, "Oh, Alberto, when I was embarrassed, oh man, I started throwing up. I got violently ill." I'm like, wow, what a reaction to being embarrassed. And then I realized after a 10-minute conversation that she was saying embarazada and not avergonzada. So what do I want from you, amigos? I want you to give me 3 false friends. Use them in context, because that's always important, right? I don't just want you to give me words in the air. I want you to give me words in their natural habitat. So give me your top 3 false friends. And this way, between the book, False Friends, if you pick it up, it comes with audio, as you know. My 4 posts that I've done, which is about 30 of these very common false friends. And this, I think we should have all the big false friends out of the way. No, nos quitamos de medio. So these false friends, instead of being foes, a foe, F-O-E, is another way to say an enemy. Well, they'll be real friends, because you're like, I know you. You're that friend that's got a little trick to them, you know, and you gotta handle them. You gotta know how to handle them, right? And that's the thing. It's like the common mistakes. The more aware you are of what the common mistakes are for Spanish people speaking English, the more you can attack. The more you can work on those mistakes. You're not going to work on mistakes that German people make when they're speaking English. You want to work on the ones that Spanish people make. Es Spain, es speak, you know, those ones. that, if we know where the problem areas are, well, then we can attack there. And this is another way to maximize our study time, to make the most of our study time. And in fact, I gave a master class this weekend. I know many of you were there. Thank you to everybody who showed up. I gave it on YouTube. And I shared the link. If you guys want to check it out, it's on social media. I also just shared the link over here. But what I do is I go over some of the most important study habits, right? Top study tips, right? Things that you should be doing to make the most of your time. And if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's a lot of fun too, because we wrap up the masterclass looking at it, perhaps one of the most motivational songs out there. Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, I took my chances. I did my time. Hice lo que tuve que hacer. Cumplí mi condena. It's the same as paying your dues, what we hear in the Queen song. I've paid my dues time after time. So if you haven't checked it out, it's about an hour. Make sure you can go to a place where you can repeat aloud as I go through a lot of different structures in the class. You've got the link there for those of you who couldn't make it live. Check it out. What else have we got going on? So I told you, trivia night this coming Wednesday. There will be a musical round. There will also be a visual round where we see famous faces. Well, you don't see the whole face. You're just going to see some eyes, a mouth, and then you've got to tell me who that famous person is. We're going to have a lot of fun, amigos. Tons of fun. Oh, right. And I've got to give you the question of the week. The question of the week, really easy. And I don't want the answer that you think you should give here. Okay, so I want you to be honest here. You know, you can be honest with us. We're not going to judge you here. Do you tend to, lo sabes, no? Do you tend to hold grudges? To hold a grudge, si no lo sabías, es guardar rencor. So do you tend to hold a grudge, right? Are you spiteful? Do you do things out of spite? Es como Sprite sin la R. Spite, rencor, resentimiento, right? Are you a spiteful person? Would you cut off your nose to spite your face? You know that one? Tirar piedras contra su propio tejado. No, te cortas tu nariz por rencor a tu cara. Think about it. You know, you're harming yourself. So, are you spiteful? It's okay. We're not going to judge you. Do you hold grudges, or do you tend to let go of things easily and you don't dote on them? And to dote es como pasar más tiempo, ¿no? To dote on, to spend too much time on it, right? To dote on something, to give it too much energy. Dote. Hey, that's a false friend. Tiene muchos dotes. ¿No es una palabra en español, dote? If I'm not mistaken. Well, as always, folks, we're playing, we're having fun, and words are our game pieces, right? Some people, you play Monopoly, well, you've got the money, our game pieces that we play with every day are words. And we play with words till we feel comfortable with them. So I want to urge you all to practice your speaking with us in the question of the week. As always, we'll take a look at it on Friday, because as you know, Friday is the big day. It's the day where we get to hear from you. And wonderful job last week to David and the ladies. I should say the ladies and David, because the ladies are always there doing it. Wonderful job. So if you'd like to participate, send me a 1 minute, around a minute, maybe a minute 10, minute 15, whatever. Around a minute telling me, well, first introduce yourself. Doesn't matter how many times you've participated. We want to hear you say, hey, it's blah, blah, blah. Great to great to participate today. Whatever you want to say, make it your own. And remember, our goal here is not just to use big expressions, but to feel comfortable using the language. And the only way to do that is to use the language, right? To speak. There are no shortcuts, right? You want to improve your writing, write more. You want to improve your comprehension, listen more. You want to improve your speaking, speak more. There's no two ways about it, as we say. So this is your opportunity to participate every week to speak in English, and I can help you, as you know. So that's the question of the week. I urge you all to participate. Let's see. We've got a lot of amigos joining us here in our virtual classroom. Good morning to you all. Let's see. Chris Valrol says, morning, riveting show with no namers. Hello. Great word there. Riveting. Well, a rivet is something used in construction. Okay. Remache, roblon, right? It's something that's used to secure something. But if we say something is riveting, it means it is interesting, amazing, entertaining, right? Oh, wow, your performance was riveting. Great word, Chris. Let's see how they translate riveting, because a rivet, there's definitely a joke in there. In fact, in the FYI episode on jeans, I said, this episode is riveting. You get the double because jeans have rivets. So it's riveting. See? So riveting, fascinating, fascinante, cautivador. We say captivating. You can say fascinating, captivating, or riveting. That means it really holds your attention. All right, Grace, welcome. Great to have you on board. She also says, I can't wait to see you all on Wednesday. Yeah, that's great. All my amazing show with no namers are going to be with us having fun. And if you're not coming, I don't know why. Come. It's going to be fun. There's Maria Jose. Hello, Maria Jose. Hope you're doing well. She says, good morning. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Rise and shine means a despertarse. Ask my daughter. I say it to her every morning. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. I say to her. And that means, that's like, buenos dias. You know, it's kind of a sweet way to say, vamos a por el día. Vamos a brillar hoy. It's a beautiful one if you didn't know it. We looked at it in the FYI episode on sleep, where we looked at a lot of idiomatic expressions that have to do with sleep. Maria Jose, you can tell that you listened to the episode. Definitely. Let's see. Laura, there she is. We missed you last week, Laura. She says, good morning, lovely show with no namers and teacher. Thrilled to be back. Excellent. She says, I've missed you. Well, we missed you too, and it's great to have you on board with us today, Laura. Born to Iron Man, there he is, ready for today's challenges. And he says, morning, folks. Morning to you, buddy. I know you are ready to rock and roll. There's no doubt about it. There's Anix. Speaking of getting things done, Anix she already got her question of the week out of the way. Because remember, I gave it to you last Friday. Excuse me. I gave it to you last Friday just in case you wanted to work on it over the weekend. And Anix, she rose to the challenge and she came through. Cumplió. So excellent job, Anix. She says, morning, everyone. This week's question is a soul-searching one. I've already done it and sent it to you. I have received it. Thank you, Anix. And she says, I was as honest as I could be. I was as honest as I could be. Well, that's great, Anix. A little honesty is always good. Chris says, bravo, Anix. And we've also got Laura participating in our pop quiz. But right now, I can't believe it, we have to take a quick commercial break, amigos. When we come back, we're going to take a look at your pop quiz answers. We've also got our Say What soundbite. We've got the spelling bee and so much more up ahead. Tons of surprises We're going to learn some totally native English. And as always, we're going to laugh. We're going to play. We're going to share, because that's what we came to do today and every day. So, amigos, you know how this works. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with much more Show with No Name. So, stick around. Hello, amigos. Welcome back. Welcome back to part 2. It's part 2 of today's Show with No Name. Again, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you got to practice your English. I hope you had some downtime. Downtime is tiempo de relax. I have to admit, I haven't. Not this weekend. Yeah, it wasn't in the cards. En las cartas, we say. Nope. But I had a wonderful weekend. But I didn't really relax too much. I was working, preparing a barbecue, having lots of fun. But today, I'm dragging ass a bit. Me pesa el culo, no? I'm dragging ass. But I did do exercise this morning. I went for a brisk walk. Brisk means quick, rápido. A brisk walk se usa muchas veces, ¿no? A paso ligero, rápido y enérgico, brioso. Oh, brioso, brisk, makes sense. Brisk, fast. It's another way of saying fast. And do you know another way of saying fast? Taylor Swift. That's right. Veloz. Also, a swift is a kind of bird. Vencejo. It's almost like a swallow. A swallow, how do you call a swallow here? I think it's golondrina. Am I right here? Swallow. Tragar, yes, golondrina is a swallow. Hey, that's a good double trouble. Did you swallow a swallow? Oh, man, no wonder you're walking around tweeting. Tweeting. Usando Twitter, piando. All right, we've got so much to do, folks. So why don't we kick off the second part of the show with the Say What soundbite? Say what? What? All right, here we go. Here we go with the Say What soundbite. Let's see. Is it going to be hard today? No, I don't think so. I think it'll be pretty easy today, and you might even know who it is, which isn't the most important part. But here we go, folks. Everybody pay attention, listen up, and here's your Say What soundbite for the first time.
But I mean, Dolores, she's a soul-sucking demon in the afterlife.
Just what we want.
That's it. And while Beetlejuice haunts everybody, she haunts him. And she's the bride of Beetlejuice. And they had a short and intense love story that ended very badly.
All right, don't worry about what the dude's saying, el tío que le interrumpe ahí. Don't worry, all right? I just want you to tell me what this person is saying. All right, I'll give you another minute or so, and then less than a minute, you'll get 30 seconds. And write it down. How you doing? Did you get most of it? Is it a tough one? All right, here it goes for the second time.
But I mean, Dolores, she's a soul-sucking demon in the afterlife.
Just what we want.
That's it. And while Beetlejuice haunts everybody, she haunts him. And she's the bride of Beetlejuice. And they had a short and intense love story that ended very badly.
Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mhm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah. Wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así de gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damián, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the shit. That's right, folks. This book is the shit. Just one of the many materials you can get at Von Tienda. And remember, if you're looking for courses, it's grupovon.com/cursos destacados. All right, let's see. We just listened to our Say What soundbite. Oh, I know. We've got to check our pop quiz answers and see how you guys did with our false friends. As I said, we're looking at a lot of false friends here lately. I decided September would be False Friends Month. And, well, as I said, we've looked at over 30 of them. And what I did was really look for the most common ones out there. So let's go over a few here. Let's say I'm going to ask you it. You don't have to write here, just to test you. How do you say director de orquesta? Director de orquesta. It's not director. It's not orchestra director, que de hecho la palabra es orchestra. En English lleva una R. De hecho, yo siempre decía orquestra. Yo ponía una R, pero no. Es como cocodrilo. La frase es crocodile. Tiene una R de más. Parecido, pero no. Si, no, no es corta y pega ahí. So, director de orquesta. I just posted this past weekend. Conductor. My daughter knows this one because we like to pretend we're conducting an orchestra, right? The conductor. What about the person who checks your ticket on a train? The person who checks your ticket on a train is also called a conductor. What? Yeah. So if you go like move your arms and you conduct, el verbo is to conduct the orchestra. But also he's revisor, inspector de billetes, right? Conductor. And then how would we say director de instituto? Principal, con P-A-L, okay? Principal. Okay, let's see. How do we say, esto es un compromiso muy grande? It's not compromise. This is a big commitment. To compromise is to give and take. No, es llegar a un acuerdo, ceder, no transigir. Okay? Well, neither one of us got our way. Salimos con la nuestra, but we compromised. We compromised, ¿no? Cada uno cedió. A llegar a un arreglo, un acuerdo mutuo. That's compromise. And a commitment es un compromiso entre personas, right? Y comprometerse is to commit. I commit to teaching you English, right? So it's also a movie, The Commitments. What about exigir? Exigente. You can say the word exigent, but nobody says it. It does exist. Demanding. Demanding. Que no es demandar. How do we say te voy a demandar? I'm going to sue you. I am going to sue you. And what about this next one? This is one I don't know if you're familiar with or not. We'll find out in a moment. Deception. What does it mean if I said that was a deception? It doesn't mean decepción, because that would be a letdown or a disappointment. Una decepción is, oh man, his performance was a big disappointment, a big letdown. Pero a deception is a lie. The verb is to deceive. Are my eyes deceiving me? This is a deception. So es un engaño. A weird one there. And here's one that I always mix up in Spanish. Ingenioso, ingenuo. They're very different, right? So ingenioso is ingenious. Ingenuo, naive. Naive. So those are the ones that we just looked at this weekend, but you've got a long list. And you can also pick them up at the Vaughn Tienda in the book. There's actually a book, a material that we heard from today called False Friends. Let's see which ones you guys came up with. And this way we can review some of the big ones. Laura says, whenever you're constipated, eating kiwi can help you move your bowels. Yes. I didn't know that. I knew about figs. How do you call figs? Figs. Higos? No, pero son los secos. Higo. Let's see. Fig. Fig is higo breva. Yeah. Fig. Fig. Those make you go to the bathroom too. So yes, constipated. That's a big one. That's the first one I ever learned. Well, that one, or maybe estoy caliente too. Tengo calor, right? Not estoy caliente. It means I'm horny, 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 horny tonight. That's what that means. So great. Yes, constipated. And to move your bowels means to go to the bathroom. Great vocabulary. As always, Laura is setting the bar very high. The next one. The play was terrific. We really enjoyed it. Great. Yeah, because you hear the word terrific and you think of terrorífico. And we would say horrific. Oh man, that was horrific. So horrific, horrible, right? Awful. These are all synonyms. Terrific, excellent, awesome, wonderful. Man, your performance was terrific. Great one, Laura. The third one. She says, let's hope many of us can attend the celebration on Wednesday. The more, the merrier. Great. Great job. Wonderful. And you got another totally native for the more, the merrier. The more, the merrier. So yes, to attend versus to assist. I had a student tell me once, Alberto, I can't assist your class tomorrow. I'm like, we don't need your help. She's like, what? I said, we don't need your help. And she was confused. And I said, well, you want assistance, asistent? You want to help me? So we attend a class, and not con tú. En español decís, asisto a la clase, ¿no? En inglés no hay un tú ahí ni nada. So I attend your class every day. Okay? Now, I want to tell you something. To attend to also means to take care of, right? When my daughter is sick, I attend to her every need. Ahí sí que se emplea attend, el to. Pero ahí no es asistir. Ahí es atender, ocuparse de. So that one can be a bit confusing. Because if you're seeing asistir a algo, entonces no emplea el to. I attend class. I attend yoga class. I attend Zumba class. Right? Nunca con el to. But my teacher attends to my every need. Se ocupa. I think you say atender. Same thing. Ocupar en ese sentido. And asistencia is attendance, right? We take attendance here at the beginning of the show. So excellent job, Laura. Those are some of the big ones, the ones I put on the world's most wanted false friends list. So great job. Let's see. Chris says he's very sensible in spite of the fact that he is also extremely sensitive. Great. She's saying, I know the difference. If you're sensitive, you feel things. If you're sensible, you think about things, right? Sensato versus sensible. So it's the exact opposite, actually, right? He's very sensitive. Don't bring up that subject. No saques ese tema. He's sensitive. And he's sensible. He always thinks things through. Darle vueltas, to think things through before he makes a decision. He's a sensible guy. He uses common sense, right? All right, great job. Let's see. Anix is participating in our Say What soundbite. Let's see what she heard. Anix says, it sounds like an interview. I've heard a female voice. She's not a native English speaker. Actually, she's Italian. She's talking about a character she plays in a movie whose name is Dolores. Yes. Great. Anix. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, Laura. Let's see what Laura had to say about today's Say What soundbite. She says, I heard a non-native English woman having a conversation during an interview and explaining the bad choice someone called Dolores made when she chose Beetlejuice as her other half over someone else. Great. Su media naranja, her other half. Great one. And it's funny because she says she says it the European way. Right? You can ask my daughter because she asked me the other day, Daddy, is it Beetlejuice or Beetlejuice? I go, well, we watch it in English, which she hasn't. She's too young, I think, for the original one. And my wife and I went to see the new one. Beetlejuice. In English is zumo. The beetle es escarabajo. O sea, Beetlejuice. Uh-oh, did I just say it 3 times? Oh, Jesus, here he comes. Here he comes. So, yeah, she says it the European way, which is a big hint, right? Juice instead of juice, que se escribe igual que zumo. Si lo habéis visto en inglés, right? The cover, Beetlejuice. I didn't say it a third time. Don't worry. All right, great, Laura. Let's see, Chris. Chris says, I heard a woman, an actress maybe, whose accent I can't pinpoint. She's being interviewed, and she talks about Dolores, who I guess is another actress or character in Beetlejuice, a movie, which is a love story. Great job. Wonderful job, ladies. Anix, Laura, and Chris analyzing our Say What soundbite. But folks, we've got to move on because we've got so much to do on today's show. So let's keep moving with today's Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee.
That's right, folks. It is our Spelling Bee here on the show with no name. And today we're going to have some numbers in here. Today is going to be really tough. I'm warning you now. Just so you know, it's not going to be child's play. Que de hecho la película que tiene Chucky, Chucky, hi, I'm Chucky, wanna play? The doll, the killer doll. Well, in English, it's called child's play, que es una expresión que significa, esto es pan comido. This is easy. It's child's play. Did you know that? That's why it's good to know the original titles of movies, because a lot of times there's like a little double entendre in there, if you will. All right. Are you guys ready? Okay. This is going to be really tough. So put on your thinking caps and get ready. Here we go. Let's capitalize the first letter of every word. And here we go. 7 space JOSE space RAMON space LOPEZ space DORIGA. The second one is 26 space AV period space LEHENDAKARI space AGUIRRE. The next one is 55 space JOSE space ANSELMO space CLAVE. The fourth one is 19 space OPORTO space ST period. The fifth one is 3 space LAS space MERCEDES. And the last one is 13 space CHILE. Okay, I'm out of breath. I can't go any faster than that, folks. I just can't. Okay? So let's see if anybody was on top of that and got it all down. It's not easy. Not going to be easy, but I warned you. I warned you in advance. I forewarned you, right? We looked at that the other day. We looked at for as a prefix. Well, we looked at it as a suffix as well, right? I mean, we know it from the word before, but then we looked at forehead, forearm, right? To foresee, to foretell, right? And all that jazz. Let's see. Are you kidding me? Born to Iron Man is taking a stab at it. Let's see if he got it on the first go. The first one is correct. The second one, okay, we're missing a capital letter, but I'll give it to you if it's right. Let's see. Yep, it's right. Okay, I'm going to give it to you. I'll give it to you there, that one. Let's see. The next one is also correct. The next one is correct. The fifth one is correct, and so is the sixth one. Excellent. One little capital letter slipped over there, but we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide as no te vamos a castigar por ello, because it's right. You're just missing, since it's an address, como son, es una dirección. There's another false friend. It's not a direction. It's an address, right? So that's another one we do. I don't know if I added that one to the list, but I've had people say, "What's your direction?" I'm like, north. North, south, east, west, right? Sentido is direction, right? So excellent job. Born to Iron Man. Wow. Incredible job, my amigo. And if you didn't recognize these, I'm going to go through them again at a little bit slower pace. A slower pace, but not too slow. I'm going to go through them again, but these are the different addresses of our Vaughan offices: Santander, Bilbao, Zaragoza, Vigo, Valladolid, and Valencia. So we'll take a look at these after this quick commercial break, amigos. When we come back, we'll take a look at our homophones. We've got our Say What soundbite again. We've got Spelling Bee round 2, and so much more up ahead. Double Trouble, famous birthdays, name that lyric, and lots of other challenges coming your way. So, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Hey amigos, welcome back. Welcome back. It is time for, can't believe it here, part 3, the second half of the show. Wow. That went by really quick. Welcome back. Welcome back. Great job to all of you who are participating, whether you're participating live or whether you're tuned in via podcast. There's no wrong way to participate, especially if you guys are repeating the structures, the pronunciation, especially when I tell you aloud, because then you're working on so much more than just listening. You're working on speaking. And again, the ball's in your court there. So that's why I urge you every week to participate in our question of the week. Question of the week this week: do you hold grudges? Are you spiteful? Be honest. Maybe it's great. Maybe it's a good moment for you to realize it's not a good idea. It's not good for your health. But don't give us the answer we want to hear. Be real, right? Keep it real, as we say in English. I love that. Es muy neoyorquino eso. Keep it real. Keep it real. All right, folks, we're going to kick off with our homophones. We'll listen to our Say What soundbite for the third time. We'll look at round 2 of our Spelling Bee and so much more. All right, so here we go with homophones on the show with no name. Homophones
homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. 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 The show with no name.
Show and no.
The show with no name. The show with no name.
That's right, amigos. That's right. It is homophones here on the show with no name. Here's where we look at words that may or may not sound the same. I'll see if you're A, familiar with the words, and then B, if you know if they sound exactly the same or not. The first one is to make something level. Nivelar. Okay? It's also alinear. Alinear, I don't know if I pronounced that right? It's also aliarse con alguien, ¿no? Alinearse con alguien, aliarse, estar de acuerdo. Yeah. So really, nivelar, alinear. That is the word I'm looking for. The first one, right? And the second one is una cola. Pero lo quiero con artículo. Okay? So, no quiero cola, quiero una cola, right? Si ponemos el artículo, que en inglés no es an, en este caso sería el otro, ¿no? Porque empieza con L. It's an when it's an honor, right? An ambulance, an owl, ¿no? Pero este es con a. So, my question is, do these sound the same? Alinear, me cuesta, decir ese, alinear, nivelar, and una línea, o una cola, puede ser también en inglés americano. Esto es una cola. So, una cola suena como alinear, nivelar. Those are your homophones, amigos. Good luck. Let me also give you your Say What soundbite here for the third time.
But I mean, Dolores, she's a soul-sucking demon in the afterlife.
Just what we want.
And that's it. And while Beetlejuice haunts everybody, she haunts him. And she's the bride of Beetlejuice. And they had a short and intense love story that ended very badly.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
More information about our masters, whether you're looking for the evening masters, the weekend masters, or full-time, you can get all the information over at grupovon.com/cursos destacados. Also, make sure you're following us. If you're following us on social media, then you'll find out about all the upcoming events that we've got. And as you know, we've got a big one this week. We've got the Trivia Night / 16th anniversary of the show. And I'm telling you now, I know a lot of people who are going. So you're going to want to get there early. Well, if you want to have a spot, it fills up quickly. I know every time I've hosted the Trivia Night, and that's because we weren't celebrating an anniversary, it's packed. Okay. So get there. I would get there before 8, honestly. I'm going to be there, obviously, setting up, montando el chiringuito. All right, let's see. We've got to take a look at our homophones over here. Let's see. Maria Jose says, I keep listening to the program, but today I'm not on the ball. Don't worry, Maria Jose. We all have good days and bad days. In fact, we need the bad days to realize how good the good days are, right? I believe that, really. I mean, I prefer not to have the bad days, but then what do we compare them to? What do we compare the good days to? So don't worry, Maria Jose. Slow and steady. Sin prisa, sin pausa. Let's see. Laura says, and are homophones. Born to Iron Man agrees. Chris says, why not? I love it, Chris. Well, why not? Why not? Maria Jose says the words are homophones as well. All right. Well, the first word, you might know it. Is anybody straightening their teeth like me? Like right now, as you can see my teeth, I have like this plastic retainer that I wear, and I have to change it every week, and my teeth are becoming straight. They're straightening. They're going to be aligned. And you know what it's called? Bueno, yo tengo otra marca. I have Spark, but it's the same thing. Look, I can show you the case. Spark. I'm not getting any money for this, by the way. I wish. It's not cheap. But it's the same thing as Invisalign. I know everybody knows that one because the name brand is very well known. Invisa, because it's invisible, and Align, because it aligns your teeth. It straightens your teeth. Invisalign, right? So how do we say una cola? Align. So let's put them together. We're going to align everybody in a line. Yes, they are homophones. Make sense? Align. It's an easy one to remember, too, right? A lot of times we talk about the stars aligning, too. The planets and the stars aligning, ¿no? Se ponen en, no, el destino, todo pasa para algo. I know I've heard that expression, ¿no? Se alinean los planetas. But also alinear, I know in Spanish is also, maybe we just found a false friend. Because alinear is also to dress a salad, right? Aliño is dressing, and the verb is to dress. Me encanta vestir. Vestimos la ensalada nosotros. We dress it. Bueno, si sabes que se llama dressing, pues tiene todo el sentido del mundo. You dress the salad with oil and vinegar or with some kind of dressing if you prefer it. So these words do sound exactly the same. Align tiene una G muda, right? Align. My teeth, they're going to align, right? And it's a regular verb, right? My teeth aligned after 20 months, right? They straightened. You can straighten your teeth, also align. And if you know how to say una cola, then you know how to say it, align. Also, the British, they don't say, is this a line? Esto es una cola. How would the British say it? Is this a queue? My favorite British expression. Is this the queue for the loo? ¿Es esto la cola para el retrete? All right, so wonderful job, everyone. Great. Laura, Born to Iron Man, Chris Valrol, and Maria Jose knocking it out of the park. All right, let's go with round 2 of today's spelling bee. These are addresses. It's interesting. You can say address or address. Te lo juro. Los dos te valen. What's your address? What's your address? Ahí eliges la que quieras, okay? What's your address? What's your address? Well, I'm going to give you the addresses of some of our offices around Spain, and we'll see if you guys can get them. This time, as I said, I'm not going to go slow. I never go slow, but I will slow down, all right? The first one is 7 space, Jose space, RAMON space, LOPEZ space, esa es larga, eh? DORIGA. That's our office in Santander. It's located there. Y si os fijáis, el número va primero, ¿no? En inglés va primero. All right, the second one is 26 space, AV period. Bueno, al menos no te he puesto avenue. Te he puesto la abreviatura, right? AV period, space, LEHENDAKARI, space, AGUIRRE. And that's our office in Bilbao. The next one is 55 space JOSE space ANSELMO space CLAVE. And that's our office in Zaragoza. The next one's in Vigo, and we're located at 19 space OPORTO space ST period. The fifth one is 3 space LAS space MERCEDES, and that's in Valladolid. And the last one is 13 space CHILE, and that's in Valencia. All right. So we'll see if anybody got those on the second go. I think a few people should be able to figure it out. Do you know about Vaughn groups? Well, I'm going to tell you all about them. They are group English classes that you can do via video conference or in person. And the good news is you can start whenever you want. And you can keep the same timetable, teacher, and classmates throughout the whole course. And the best part, there's no strings attached. Sin compromiso. And if you act now, you can get a 5% discount for paying up front. And if you stick with the course for 6 months, you'll get a 50% discount in June. Wow, what a deal! As if you needed more reasons to learn English with Vaughn. Check out our Vaughn groups. Have fun and make friends as you learn English. Sign up now while there are still spots available. Call us 911-385831, or you can go to our website, grupovaughn.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media and find out if Vaughn groups are for you. More information about Vaughn groups, just go over to grupovaughn.com/cursos destacados. All right. Well, that was round 2 of our spelling bee. Let's take a look. So the first one was in Santander. And what a beautiful place it is. Great job, Laura. Laura got it here. She's dotted her I's and crossed her T's. In fact, she even put in the tildes, which, you know, the accents, which we don't use in English, really. So great. You really dotted your I's and crossed your T's. So the first one was 7 José Ramón López Dóriga. Dóriga, porque tiene acento ahí, ¿no? Chris, María José, Laura. Wow, whoa. Excellent job. So yes, let's take a look then. The first one, I'll give it to you in English and then in Spanish. So in English, it's 7 José Ramón López Dóriga. And that's, again, our office in Santander. In Spanish, la 7 va al final, evidentemente. José Ramón López Dóriga, número 7. In English, 7 goes at the beginning. The next one is in Bilbao. Bilbao, and it's 26 Avenue. O sea, eso iría al final en inglés también. So it would be 26 Lendakari Aguirre Avenue. Esa siempre me ha costado, ¿eh? So in English, it's 26 Lendakari Aguirre Avenue. I put avenue first, but just so you know, avenue, street, lane, naturalmente va al final, ¿no? Or boulevard, there are many different ways. Lane, boulevard, street, avenue, road, right? So that is, in Español, Avenida Lendakari Aguirre, número 26. That's our office in Bilbao. Next up, we've got Zaragoza. What an amazing place it is. And we are located at José Anselmo Clavé 55. In English, it would be 55 José Anselmo Clavé Street. And that is in lovely Zaragoza, not too far from Pilarica, my friend, Pilarica. Wow, Pilarica, the famous cathedral there. It's gorgeous. Let's see. Number 4 was our office in Vigo. Oh, man. All I know is every time I've gone to Vigo, it's rained. And every time I've gone to Vigo, I've eaten like a king and had the time of my life. So the rain's never dampered or put a hold on our parade. De hecho, la expresión es, the rain is not going to rain on my parade. Es un poco redundante, pero así vemos amargarme la fiesta, right? So that is in Vigo. We are at 19 Oporto Street. So if you guys are in Vigo and you want to stop by, it's Oporto número 19 Oporto Street. In Valladolid, we are located at number 3 Las Mercedes. So in Spanish, Las Mercedes número 3. Those are our offices in Valladolid. And last but not least, in today's spelling bee, I gave you 13 Chile. Now, we don't say Chile. We say chili, like frío. O sea, acuérdate esta frase. If you get chili in Chile, have some chili. Es que se pronuncian igual. So, si llegas a tener frío, Chilly, en Chile, que se pronuncia chili, then have some chili. Chili con carne, Chili, y latina al final. So, all of them are pronounced chili in English. So if you remember that, then I'm not going to teach you how to pronounce Chile. But just so you know, in English, we say chili. Chili. It's chili. Is it chili in Chile? Well, it depends how high up you go in the Andes Mountains, right? So that is Chile, 13 Chile, and that is in Valencia. So we've also got offices, as you know, in Madrid. We're located at Calle Orense, 6969 Orense Street, and that's on the first floor. In Las Tablas, we're at Calle Fromista 1. We have a center in Las Tablas. In Madrid, I just told you. Valencia, I already told you. Barcelona, we are at Calle Gran Vía Carlos III, 86. So in English sería 86 Gran Vía Carlos III Street. We already looked at Santander, Zaragoza, Bilbao, and Vigo. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tons of amazing places that you can discover in the Vaughan world. And remember this, they all have their bookshop too. So whether you're looking to get information about courses or just pick up, the latest book that we've got out, you can do that. Stop by in person. We'd love to meet you. And if you can't stop by in person, you can always feel free to reach out on social media and write to us and tell us about your situation. And I'm sure we can help you. There's no doubt in my mind we can give you a hand. All right, let's see. We don't have time to do the movie, so we'll do that after the break. But we do have time to take a look at Double Trouble. Yeah.
Double trouble, baby. Yeah, you know what time it is. Give it up. Double trouble. I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
All right, did I say double trouble? No. This is triple trouble. So this means you have to use the same word 3 times. Now, the good news is we looked at this word pretty recently. I don't know if it was last week, but in this last month, we have looked at this. We looked at it in a homophones section. So you should be familiar with at least 1 or 2 uses of this. Now, remember, there are 3 in today's triple trouble. So good luck. We'll see if you guys can figure it out. All right. Esta es la tercera vez consecutiva. La tercera vez consecutiva que ha habido una pelea, una bronca en el corredor de la muerte. Okay. Esta es la tercera vez consecutiva que ha habido, how do we say ha habido in English? Una pelea en el corredor de la muerte. All right? Good luck. You have to use the same word 3 times. Let's see. Ignorance. Ignorance says, estoy perdida. Espera. Estoy perdida en lo que están haciendo. Bueno, lo estás gritando, entonces te lo grito como tú lo has gritado. Well, right now, ahora estamos haciendo una sección donde tienes que traducir esta frase que te acabo de decir y usar la misma palabra 3 veces. Son retos en inglés. Welcome, ignorance. Tienes el nombre apropiado. Pero no hay que gritar, ¿eh? You don't have to yell at us. Es que cuando lo pones todo en mayúscula, when you put all caps, you are screaming. So, I know you want to be heard. Pero bueno, welcome. Bienvenido, bienvenida. And yeah, this is an English class where you have to participate. So, cuando te lanzo retos, asumo que hablas español, pues intenta averiguarlos. That's it. Pretty simple stuff over there. So, por ejemplo, ahora tienes que repetir la misma palabra 3 veces en esta traducción, ¿ok? Esta es la tercera vez consecutiva que ha habido una pelea en el corredor de la muerte. And I know we looked at pelea, bronca. I remember it because it was a homophone that we looked at. And I remember telling you guys, this has 2 acceptable pronunciations. Do you remember that? And then we said consecutivo, we said pelea, bronca. The only one I think we did not look at, but also you can look it up too. Podéis googlear, you know. You can do that. It's not cheating. If you don't know the word, looking up a word is not cheating, no? Y si sabes, here's a good way. If you know Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre, the guy who invented beats, the guy Snoop Dogg, Eminem's producer, it's the name of his record company. Yeah. Se llama Corredor de la Muerte, su discográfica, his record company. So, my amigos, we'll take a look at that. We've got music, we've got movies, and so much more. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Then when we come back, we'll have our Say What soundbite for the 4th time. Hopefully somebody will be able to get it. And what else? Say What soundbite. We've got to check our double trouble, which I see we've got a lot of people participating. We've got Name That Movie. Man, we've got a lot of stuff to do. So we're going to put the pedal to the metal. If I were you guys, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. I hope you are enjoying today's English extravaganza. It's the show with no name here on Vaughn Radio. And right after today's show, you've got a wonderful class with Jimena Holiday. She will test your English to make sure you're not making those common mistakes that we see over and over again. The big ones. There's even a material you can get at the Vaughn Tienda. It's called Test Your English. And it's got 4 examples. And only one of those examples is correct. So it's like a multiple choice. And what it does is well, familiarizes you with some of the most common mistakes. This person is still screaming here. Why are you screaming? Seriously, stop. I already told you. And stop asking me questions that don't have to do with the class. I don't know where you think you came today. Sorry. Stop screaming, though. Not cool. I already told you. And thanks for sharing your name, but the only thing I see is ignorance BL. So that could be ignorance blue, ignorance black, or I just don't care. All right, amigos, so much to do here on the show. So let's listen to our Say What soundbite. Here is the fourth and final listen.
I mean, Dolores, she's a soul-sucking demon in the afterlife.
Just what we want.
That's it. And while Beetlejuice haunts everybody, she haunts him. And she's the bride of Beetlejuice. And they had a short and intense love story that ended very badly.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughn Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughn Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughn.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughn Town. That's right, amigos. Vaughn Town, you've got Weekend Town, you've got a plethora of options. You've got one-to-one classes, you've got Disney Vaughn English for the kids. What do you want to do? You've got it all at your fingertips. All right, now we've listened to our Say What soundbite for the fourth time. We'll see if anybody was able to jot down what was being said. Also, let's take a look at our double trouble. Let's see. Laura says, this is the third time in a row, consecutivo, that there has been a row or a row. Remember, ¿os acordáis que vimos que la palabra row también puede ser row? O sea, pelea, bronca es row o row. Ahora, si estamos hablando de remar, siempre es row. Pero esa, por alguna razón, tiene dos pronunciaciones aceptadas, ¿no? So, row, row, row your boat. Remar siempre, in a row, consecutivo, siempre es row. Pero cuando hablamos de pelea es row o row. Lo digo porque algunas personas dirán row, right? So let's see. She said, this is the third time in a row that there has been a row in the death row. All right, I'm going to give you an applause because you got all three of the words. You got them, but there's a preposition thing over there. This is why I always like to use things in their natural habitat. Let's see. Chris says this is the third time in a row that there has been a row or row on or at death row. Chris is like, no estoy segura. It's on. It's on death row. He's on death row. Está esperando a que le maten. To be on death row. La fila de la muerte en vez de el corredor. So this is the third time in a row that there has been a row on death row. Great job, ladies. Laura, Chris Valrol. Let's see, Maria Jose as well. This is the third time in a row that there has been a row at death row. Sería on death row. Pero bien, great. Ahora lo sabemos. Born to Iron Man. This is the third time in a row there's been a row in death row, in the death row. So sería on death row. Sin el the y on es la preposición. Oh, difficult one there, huh? Or wait, Born to Iron Man's take it. He said, wait. This is the third time in a row there's been a row on death row. He says the prepositions drive us nuts. I know it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, excellent job. Wonderful. That was our triple trouble. Now we're going to the movies. Name that movie. All right, amigos, it is time for Name That Movie, and we're going to take a look now at this movie and see if you guys, A, recognize it, and B, if we can learn some English from it as well. All right, let's see. An ad man. Now, we don't really use this nowadays, ad man. So this can tell you that the film is a bit old. An ad man. You say publicista, right? An ad man, ad woman. We would say advertising. Somebody who works in advertising. Okay? So here we go. An ad man attempts to rebuild. Acuérdate, no rebuild. Tú piensas que la U como si no estuviera ahí. An ad man attempts to rebuild his shattered life. Shattered. Shattered is destroyed. When glass breaks, it shatters. Okay, to shatter. So if you're shattered, you are destroyed. So he tries to rebuild his shattered life after suffering, sufrir o padecer de, a nervous breakdown. And a nervous breakdown es un ataque de los nervios, ¿no? Un ataque de estos que, anxiety attacks, we call them as well. A nervous breakdown. Anybody recognize it? I can tell you something over here. The movie is rated X. Yeah, rated X. There aren't too many movies that you can find that are rated X, are there? I think another one like that is Midnight Cowboy with Dustin Hoffman and John Voight. I think that is X-rated. Let's see. We've got a winner. Please give it up for Chris Valrol. The movie is called The Arrangement. El arreglo. The Arrangement, right? We already said a compromise. Es un sinónimo, right? The Arrangement, the compromise. So we have an arrangement, un arreglo, right? Un acuerdo mutuo would be a good translation. I don't know what the original title is called in Spanish, but in English, it's The Arrangement, and it's a movie that came out in 1969. It stars, protagonizado por, aquí no usamos preposición, stars Kirk Douglas, o Kirk or Kirk. Kirk Douglas, Faye Dunaway, and Deborah Kerr. And it was directed by the famous writer-director Elia Kazan. And this was kind of the end of his career as an A-list director. And an A-list director es un director de películas de primera, ¿no? The A-list es los más famosos. So, and the critics panned it. Okay, to pan is destruirlo, las evaluaciones, right? They were really negative. And they said that he should have never filmed his own best-selling novel because he wrote it. And Marlon Brando actually was offered the role initially, and he turned it down. Yeah, he turned it down. And, he loved Kazan. He'd won Oscars working with him before, but he was going through a darker period. In the late 60s, he had a string of flops. A string es una serie de, ¿no? Como una cuerda. He had a string of flops, and a flop is a failure, okay? So he had a string of flops, and, well, you know what? Marlon Brando said, I can't risk my career now. And as I said, this, as many predicted, was kind of the beginning of the end for him. In fact, Kirk Douglas, who usually, was elogiado, praised by the critics, he was also panned as well. And even people came to say, even if Marlon Brando was in the movie, he couldn't have saved this movie. It was destined to be a flop. The stars aligned, the planets, the universe, everything aligned. We looked at that word before, to align. So let's take a look at the scene over here from The Arrangement. Eddie says, I want you to sell that house. No, it's two, it's two. I want you to sell that house and sell that place in the desert. Careful with this one. Desert, desierto. Dessert, postre. Dessert con una S, postre tiene dos S, okay? Easy to remember. Dos, quiero otra. Trae otra S aquí, quiero. But also, the verb desertar, no? Abandonar is to desert. So it's a homophone. He's going to desert his dessert in the desert. ¿Ves? Cuando es sustantivo es desert, pero si no, it's dessert como verbo. So good to know we've got another homophone in there. And sell that place in the desert. Y vender ese sitio en el desierto. Sell the cars. Sell the paintings. That Bulgarian statue in the garden. Sell the books, the records, deep freezer, everything. Okay, so the books, the records, los vinilos, the deep freezer son estos congeladores grandes, ¿no? Como en plan restaurante. Muchos americanos los tienen en su casa, a deep freezer. And he says, look, I'm the head of the house. Yo soy el cabeza de esta casa. That's an order. Eso es, te lo estoy mandando, right? That's an order. Sell it. Véndelo. And Florence says, yes, but Eddie, be sensible. Chris, we looked at this word before with you. Be sensible. Ser sensato. Be sensible. Where would we go? ¿Dónde iríamos? And Eddie says, well, what do we really need? ¿Qué es lo que necesitamos de verdad? We'll get a small apartment here and start from scratch. Obtendremos un apartamento pequeñito aquí y empezamos de cero, partimos de cero, to start from scratch. And Florence says, Eddie, you've worked hard all your life. Has trabajado mucho, duro, toda tu vida. You deserve a comfortable living. Okay, esto es cómodo, estar cómodo en cuanto a dinero, a comfortable living. And then Eddie blurts out laughing. And I always tell you this, but it's true. You can learn a lot from the stage direction, que es las indicaciones al actor. To blurt out es decir algo en impulso, sin pensarlo. Right? Espetar, desembuchar, soltar, dejar escapar, soltar la lengua. He just blurted it out, right? To blurt out. B-L-U-R-T, and then the preposition out. And so he blurts out laughing, sale de la nada, and he says, I wasn't comfortable. He says, yo no estaba cómodo. I kept trying to kill myself. Seguía intentando matarme a mí mismo. So this is a movie that came out, as I said, today. Not today, but it came out in the year 1969. It's called The Arrangement. All right, time to move on, my amigos. It's time for famous birthday trivia.
Famous birthdays for you. Famous birthdays. Famous birthdays for
right, amigos. Let's take a look at today's famous birthdays over here. The first one, this woman was born in 1921 today, 1921. She passed, or she passed away, or she passed on. Tres formas de fallecer. She passed on, or she passed away in 2007. Let's see, what can I tell you about her? She was Scottish, British. She was nominated 6 times for the Academy Award for Best Actress. Okay. Now, the cool thing about that, even though she didn't win it. Imagine that. I mean, it must be awesome just to get nominated, right? But she got nominated 6 times, and 6 times she got snubbed, right? To get snubbed. I love this word. To snub es hacerle el feo. Desdeñar, despreciar, right? So she got snubbed 6 times, but she will always be the first person from Scotland to be nominated for any acting Oscar. So, as far as the Scots are concerned, she's a hero. She is a first. She did win a Golden Globe for her performance as Anna in the musical The King and I, a very classic musical, The King and I, which came out in 1956. She was also in From Here to Eternity, Tea and Sympathy, An Affair to Remember, un asunto por acordarse, The Night of the Iguana, and also today's Name That Movie, The Arrangement. So did I say her name before? Yes. I said her name along with Kirk Douglas, and I forget who the other one was. But yes, one of the names I said in the Name That Movie section. Number 2, this guy was born today in 1964, an American singer, songwriter, guitarist, and composer. He's known as the lead guitarist and primary composer, singer, songwriter of the group Fish. Acuérdate, este grupo no se escribe con F, sino con PH. They're a group from Vermont, a very famous group in the United States. In fact, if you guys remember, there was the Grateful Dead, and that was more than just a group. It was a phenomenon. People would follow them around, on their tours, and they would literally go on tour with the Dead and sell T-shirts and trinkets, cosuchas, to get by and kind of live off the land, vivir de la tierra, no, vivir de la nada. And so once Jerry Garcia, he was the lead singer of the Grateful Dead. This band kind of took over. I don't know if willingly or unwittingly, but they took over. And now the jam band, because there are many similarities. Grateful Dead was a jam band. So they would play their songs, but then they would do a 20-minute guitar solo or drum solo in the middle. They would just jam. Fish does the same thing. And Fish is now doing a residency, if I'm not mistaken, a residency or a lot of shows at the Sphere in Las Vegas, which is that new building that looks like a sphere and it lights up. That's really cool. And so, yes, this guy, wow, just with Fish, he's got 152 songwriting credits, just with Fish. And he's worked with Oysterhead, Ghosts of the Forests. He has 11 solo albums as well. So a prolific songwriter. And last but not least, this Italian actress and fashion model was born today in 1964. She's been in many, many movies throughout her life. She has modeled for the biggest brands out there. Some of the movies you'll recognize her from: The Matrix Reloaded, The Matrix Revolutions, Malena, Under Suspicion, The Apartment. She was also in Spectre, where she was in the James Bond. She played the oldest Bond girl in history. And she was recently in Beetlejuice, where she plays Beetlejuice's wife. Poor lady. Well, I don't know, because they are both pieces of work, personajes. So I don't know who's got it worse there, Beetlejuice or Beetlejuice's wife. A crazy couple, nonetheless. All right, let's see if anybody knows who our famous birthdays are. If not, I'll give them to you. Number 1, Deborah Kerr. There you go, Chris Valrol. You got it, Chris. Wonderful. Deborah Kerr is number 1. Trey Anastasio, number 2, the lead singer of Fish. And number 3, Monica Bellucci. And this will take us to our Say What soundbite today. It's Monica Bellucci talking about her in Beetlejuice, and her character in Beetlejuice. Great job, Laura. I see Laura took a stab at it. You're just missing a couple words, but we're going to fill them in right now. Vamos a rellenar estos huecos ahora mismo. So she says, well, I mean, Dolores, personaje, is a soul-sucking demon. Soul que chupa el alma. Okay? Un demonio que chupa el alma. So, I mean, Dolores is a soul-sucking demon in the afterlife. Okay? The afterlife es el más allá. So she's a soul-sucking demon in the afterlife. And while Beetlejuice haunts everybody, no, encanta, persigue, haunts everybody, she haunts him. Ella le persigue a él. And she's the bride of Beetlejuice, la novia. And they had a short and intense love story that ended very badly. Here she is, birthday girl, Monica Bellucci.
But I mean, Dolores, she's a soul-sucking demon in the afterlife.
Just what we want.
That's it. And while Beetlejuice haunts everybody, she haunts him. And she's the bride of Beetlejuice. And they had a short and intense love story that ended very badly.
Hi, hello, Alberto. I think the song is. No? Sorry, bye.
Name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric, name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. Name that lyric only on the show with no name, the show with no name, the show with no name. It's name that lyric only on the show with no name.
That's right, it's Name That Lyric, and thank you. Great job. Wonderful job, everybody. Excellent job on today's show. I threw a lot of challenges your way, and you took them and ran with them. The expression to take it and run with it, escogiste lo que te di y hiciste milagros. Hiciste más de lo que se espera de vosotros. So wonderful job once again. Also, I urge you to participate in our speaking section, our question of the week. You have until this Thursday to tell us if you are spiteful, if you hold grudges, or if you just let things go. You can leave me a 1-minute voice message. You can record it on your phone, and you can send it to alonso@grupovon.com. Today's song is, if you'd like to Google it and follow along, it's Fish, the ultimate jam band, and the song is called My Friend. Let's give it a listen, and the lyrics are pretty simple. My friend, he's got a knife. Ooh. A statement from his former life. Una afirmación de su vida anterior. Let's give it a listen. This is Fish, led by birthday boy Trey Anastasio. Thank you so much for being here, everybody, once again. And we'll be back tomorrow with more Show with No Name. I promise. Ciao for now.